Hello YouTube, this is a review on my Ryan Sword Iaito. When I designed this sword, I designed it with a Kabuki mono theme in mind. And for those of you who don't know, Kabuki mono were samurai that were very flamboyant. I mean, if you Google them, you'll find pictures of them and you can read about them. But the way it went was, in times of peace, some samurai got very bored with the peaceful life because they were more used to war. So they formed gangs, and these gangs would do things, some things that weren't, not very samurai-like, such as cutting down someone from behind, getting into street brawls, stealing from people, things like that. They also wore bright colors. Some of them wore things like red obis, extra wide obis. Some of them even wore women's kimonos. No joke there. Some of them even had their hair all fancy. Not all. Some, from what I understood, wore men's clothing. They just made it out of really colorful and flamboyant fabric. So, this sword has that in mind. Another thing that they did was their blades would be really long, longer than average anyways. Subas a lot of times were square, and then long ska too. And very colorful mounts. The reason being was because the Tokugawa shogun made a law where your sword had to be 27.4 inches, the ska could only be 9.5, and you had to have round, normal size Suba, white raiskin, black Ito, and a black saya with a black Sagio. Well, they, as an act of rebellion, would put their swords in these mounts. So, this sword has a 14-inch ska, 31-inch blade, square Suba, red raiskin, and red saya, which match in color. It's not a shade off, and brown Ito. The curve is a bit deeper than standard. This is a 1.1-inch curve. Now I'm going to tell you real quick some things I like and some things I don't like about this sword. First off, great quality for the money. I highly recommend this Iaito. They give you a lot of options when it comes to fittings and colors on the sword. This is a relatively plain fittings. This is a plain square Suba, plain Fuchi and Kashira. And then these Minuki are... This is a warrior with a naginata, and on the other side is one with a kanabo, which is a Japanese club. This sword, real quick, things I didn't like, because it's going to be a very short list. The space between the Kurigata and the Koiguchi. As you can see, not so bad for me now, but because it was shortened by my sensei, but this was 5 inches from here to here. My sensei shortened this slightly and put a metal Koiguchi here to reinforce that, but in Ryan Sword's defense, I didn't specify the length from here to here, and you can specify it. So the next time I order a sword from them, I'm going to do that. Let's see. Oh, another thing. I ordered a spare saya for this, and it didn't fit. Because of the curve on this sword, it didn't fit, and the saya was a little bit too short. And I paid extra money for the saya, but I'm not too worried about it because the rest of this is great quality. Now, let me think real quick about other things. That's pretty much it for the things I don't like. Now going on for the things that I do like. Like I said, a lot of customization options, and they do listen. This is a 14-inch ska, and I asked them to put the tang only 1 inch away from the end of the ska, and that's where they put it, exactly. I even asked them to move this Makugi down a bit further so that I wouldn't have a problem doing the wrap right here, which they did, and it was exactly where I asked it, because I asked for it to be in a certain area. The Measurements are exactly as I asked for. On exception of the blade, we had a little misunderstanding. Swords are supposed to be measured from the kisaki to the munemachi, right here. And I asked, and a little misunderstanding, I thought he said that they're measured in his company from here all the way down to here. So I ordered a 31-inch blade from there to there, which would have meant normally for the Nagasa 30 inches. Well, this ended up being a 31 Nagasa inch blade, meaning it's an inch longer. It's not a problem though, because I'm 6'2", so that's not really an issue. Oh, and one other issue was the Fuchi and Kashira. They were painted and the paint was chipping, but that's okay because I just replaced them. And I can say for those ones, maybe that's common, but I've seen a lot of other people with these swords in my class and with the fancier fittings, and they don't have that issue. So, just, do that and you'll be fine. Let's see, what else was it? The blade is carbon steel, which is good because it mimics a real sword blade in that it mimics the weight more and the care that you have to give to it. One second. Okay. All right. Also, there we go. These kisaki is longer, which is exactly what I asked for. Perfect. The curvature is deeper, so it's more... There we go. It's more like the older style of swords. May have trouble seeing that, but try to learn how to use this camera better. And the balance on this thing is awesome. I mean, let's see here. Right there's the point of balance. And a lot of that has to do with the length of the ska and the way that the blade is shaped. Also, this Ito that it comes with and the Sagio didn't come with it. I put those on there. But the Ito and Sagio, once again, you get what you pay for. But this one here is pretty good quality. The Ito and Sagio that come on. Let me wipe that. I don't like fingerprints on my blade. So that's pretty much it. Let me just check my notes to see if there's anything I forgot. Oh, if you order a sword from Ryan Sword, make sure to order it metrically. China is a country where their measurements are metric. So to make this easier on yourself, make sure to order this metrically. I ordered another sword from them, and there was a misunderstanding when I said 1.1 inch curve, the curve in inches. They mistook it for centimeters. But their customer service is awesome. They fixed it awesome, quick. So, also, the Makugi holes are not tapered, but still, for the money, it's great quality. It really is. Let me check one more thing. And that's pretty much it. So I'm just going to oil this real quick. And yes, make sure to order oil your Iaito. And if you want an awesome Iaito made of carbon steel like this, make sure to order from them. I highly recommend them. In fact, I'm going to, on my next Iaito, order from them, especially since there's so many color options. And I know I said that was pretty much it, but I just want to say this real quick. This is red ray skin, but it comes in black, which my next one's going to have black. You can get white, you can have green, you can have yellow, you can have blue. They may even have other colors. For the Ito, this one's brown. I didn't get this from them, but they do have brown. You can get black, you can get red, which that's what my next one's going to have is red. And there's a lot of other colors. And same with the Saya. The Saya comes in multiple colors. This one's red, bright red, matches the ray skin. But you can get a number of other colors, or you can even get ray skin wrapped Sayas. or sayas with painted themes on them, or even ones that have carvings or wood grain. Or I mean, the options are pretty much endless almost. Only thing they don't have is, at least last I checked, rattan wrapped sayas. I'm sorry. And if you want the ray skin and your saya to match, just make sure to let them know, and they'll make sure of that for you. So, thanks for watching this review. I hope this was informative to those who may be wanting to order one of these Iaitos. Like I said, I highly recommend it. The weight really isn't that bad either, considering the size. So, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, and I'll see you in the next video. So, thanks again.